Good evening. How are we all? Welcome. My name's Lisa, and I'm the owner and the face behind Lisa's Loft. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, but I'm just here to share with you my creativity, here to inspire, get you crafting, answer any questions. So, yeah, if you're watching live, do say hello in the comments. It's nice to see you. If you're watching on the replay or on catch up over on YouTube, do leave me a comment. I like to see all your comments. Yeah, so this month, we are playing with the Easter Joy Suite. I've been sharing some projects with that. Today I created 2 cards on my lunchtime live. We created these 2 cards. No, I didn't. They're the ones that I've already shared. Here we go. Those 2. So a spring card and a simple Easter card. We created those. And then this evening we're going to do a scrapbook page. My aim is to do a double spread layout. I don't always, but that's my aim today. I have a rough idea of what I want to do, so let's get started. Right, so this week contains a lot of the 2024-2026 in colours. Which, let me grab the notes for you. All my life, I'm knocking everything over. It uses 3 of the 5. Let me swap cameras. So they're the 2024-2026 in colours. We've got Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink and Peach Pie. These are retiring at the end of April and are only available while stocks last, and we'll have 5 new colours. But this suite contains Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, as well as Balmy Blue, Lemon Lolly and Crumb Cake. So I am going to be using quite a lot of the in colour parts of it, basically to use it up before it retires. So we are going to do a 12 by 12 coloured background. Now, this is all the Shy Shamrock 2-tone cardstock I have got. So I am going to be gutting some of the middle out of this, and I'll show you how I do that. Because I'm going to be laying white over the top and just having a very thin border of the green. So it's such a waste when I'm only using such a tiny amount. So I'm going to cut it for stability. I'm going to do 1 inch, cut it around 1 inch. I'm not being perfect about it. Might be 1.5 inches when you actually look at it. But as long as it's thereabout, I'm happy. So I'm just going to be cutting this out the middle, because we don't want to waste all that gorgeous paper, do we? You know. And I am showcasing this for the month, so I may need some more at some point. Okay, so I've took that out the middle, and I can keep that to use if I need it for this project or another. Right, I'm going to do the same on this one, around about 1 inch. I mean, this is good if you've got papers that you really love and you're coming to the end, just to make it go that little bit further. I don't gut cardstock very often, even in my card making. I will do it for my metallic foils, if I've got gold, silvers, stuff like that, because they are dearer, and we don't want to waste cardstock. All right, so now I'm going to cut down my pieces of 12 by 12 basic white, and I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch on 2 sides and see. So that'll give me an 1/8 of an inch border, and just see if that's enough or if I need to cut that a little bit more. I only want a very thin border, so it might be enough. With the Shy Shamrock being such a strong colour, yeah, that's perfect. That's as much as I want around there. Right, let's do the other one and then we can attach that together. 1/4 of an inch. That's 2 sides. So we get our 1/8 of an inch border. We've had a lovely day today, weather-wise. I sat outside quite often this morning, drinking my tea before my lives, and then after my live, I went out again, and had a lovely hour or so out there. I got a plant that had fallen over in a bush in a pot, and it had fallen over because it was on a wooden piece of trunk. Disc, I won't say disc, it's quite thick, but that had rotted. And when Dale come to pick it up the other day, it I decided, because it was pot bound, didn't realise that it would grow roots through the wooden stump and into the garden. So today I broke all the roots up, was going to take it out the pot and put it in a Belfast sink that I've got, but the hole in the bottom of the pot was like that, but the roots were like that coming out, and I was like, there is no way I've blobbed glue. That's okay, sort that out. There's no way I'm going to get all them roots off there. So I put some left, I've got some soil in the bottom of the sink anyway, and then I just put the pot in and then put soil around it so it can grow into that pot now. And if the roots come further out, it doesn't matter. I didn't want to risk killing it. It's a lovely Hebe. I had it off my mum and dad when they moved. So that's like 13 years ago, and I don't know how long they'd had it. Hi, Carol. How are you? Just talking about my afternoon repotting in the garden because I've had lovely weather. So yeah, that's repot. Well, it's still in its original pot, but it's also in the sink. All right. But yeah, it's been gorgeous here. I've had all the doors open today, all day. That's been nice again. You've had rain this afternoon? Oh no. That's what you watch. We'll probably have rain tonight, but I don't mind it at night. I'd rather it rained at night. Right, so we're using the Easter Joy this month. So we've got our 2 pages. Now that's the bit I got glue on, and I'm going to put a piece at the bottom. So that'll be that way. So I need to cut I've already picked out my papers that I'm going to use. I'm going to use a bit of this, which is, look, they've all got foil on, they're all shiny because they're coated. I'm going to use this for some of it. And then I'm going to use a bit of this one. Gorgeous with the copper. This one was the Easter eggs, and that's got gold, I believe it is, on there. And then this, which is the back of that one. So I'm going to cut this to fit across the bottom, and I'm going to cut it about 4 inches thick. So it's a third of the way up. I'm going to cut 2 of those. They're gorgeous, and they are fabulously thick. Yeah. Brilliant for 3D projects. Without being bulky. I think they're brilliant. Right, and then we chop that down by 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to just take 1/4 of an inch off there. I will keep that slither because you never know. And 1/4 of an inch there. I was saying on my live earlier, I bought this in pre-order, I think it was, or as soon as I could get it. And it's been sat there and I've been itching to play with it. But I wanted to wait till this month to showcase it. There we go. So that'll stick on there. With Easter being next month, I thought the time was fitting. I hate covering this up, but I need to. Now I am just going to do my thing of doing around the 3 edges in case I want to tuck anything in behind there. We can pop that down there. Now this card, because it's got a coating on it, it does take that little bit longer for the glue to dry and to grab. So just be patient with it. Right, that's where I've got the glue, and I shall be covering that anyway. So we won't worry about that. We all have glue splodges sometimes, but we don't worry. They're easily remedied. Okay. Like that. Gorgeous. Right. So we've got our 2 bases ready. And what I want to do is, I'm sort of thinking, I've seen something similar out in the wild of having our photos like that, maybe, or our journaling on it. That's my kind, or my journaling over here, but that's where I'm sort of going. So what I want to do is I want to back these, and I'm sort of thinking I want a piece of pattern paper on here that will follow through onto here. And I think I'm going to go for the flowers, so it's the opposite side of that. So I'm going to end up using the majority of this paper, I think. And I'm thinking how high to do it. That might be, it's a bit of guesswork. I know that that's 6. So yeah, I'm thinking about 8. That there's an inch, but I might pull it down so it's not an inch top and bottom. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to trim it at 8 inches from top to bottom. And then I wonder because I want it to cover or go behind both of these. If I had something like that, but I don't want it hot, so I was wondering about moving it over slightly. If I do it 5 and 7, let's offset my 5 there, and then do I do 7? I think I might do 7.5. No, it's got to be 7, hasn't it? Of course it has, because that's how big my piece of card is. Right. So we can have that on there. Like so. And something like that. And then we can match that up on this side. There. With that on there. I might even put that one off. And then I can have something here. Maybe. No. I'll keep them the same. And that can be wider than that. Yeah, I think I quite like it level. And then I think these need a backing. And I'm going to back these, or what will be my photos and that, in. I think I'm going to have them as photos. I might not have them as photos yet. This. So it matches in with the green. So I need it slightly bigger than 6. I need 4 and a quarter. Do I want as big? Yeah. 4 and a quarter by 8 and a quarter. That's Bobby's phone that keeps going, because he's gone in the other room to watch his friend who does a live on a Thursday, and he's left his phone in here. So to that. It's not 8, is it? What a silly. It's 4 and a quarter by 6 and a quarter. Never mind. I won't hurt you. I'll waste your paper for you. So 4 and a quarter by 6 and a quarter. Right. Cut that. And we shall trim this piece to 6 and a quarter. No, I'll do that different colour. I'll see. I've got one. That'll go there, on there. So that just, I like that. Yes. Might do that in a different colour. These are back. I think so. 4 and a quarter by 3 and a quarter. That piece isn't wasted. Nice. like that too. And then I don't know whether to do that in like what other colour? Solid, or it doesn't have to be solid. Don't want, I could do it in blue, so it brings in the blue, because we've got one of these papers that's quite blue. It's very nice. This one, I could do that with blue, just for a little, to allow that to stand out a bit more. Yeah, and that'll tie in the blue there. So let's do that. So that, oh, I have got actually the other set of paper that comes with it. I've got the pink. No, we'll go with the blue. So 4 1/4. Hayden's not long got back from uni, so if you can hear the beeping, it's him in the kitchen and the timer. 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. There we go. I found out some good news today. As you may be aware, I'm going to Cologne for on stage on Tuesday. Well, we're going to have Sarah Douglas, the CEO, there with us. We don't always have her, obviously. She has to go to different places. But yeah, she's going to be there with us, which is nice. And the new financial guy and tech guy. I am wondering about offsetting that. I do like it offset. Everything else being quite samey. We'll see when I start decorating as well. Right, I am going to glue these pieces because I know I want those there. I know this does use a lot of paper, but we all end up with that much paper. I mean, I always end up with lots of paper left over because we don't like using that paper, do we? I've got boxes of paper. It will be good, yes. It's always nice to see people from the home office. We always get someone, but we don't always get Sarah. Sarah, sorry. They swap her around to different places. Right, I am going to stick this on because I know I want that one. Definitely there. Now I am putting extra glue on because I've got shiny on shiny. And I'm going to have it so that there's slightly more at the bottom than the top, I think. No, I'm going to put it central on this one. No. I'm going to leave that yet because I'm not 100%. I don't have a glue dot on there, so let's grab a glue dot. I'll stick a glue dot on, and then we'll get rid of some of the sticky, and then we'll be able to pull it off after. And I find the best way to do that is to twist and it comes off. Then these, I got, no. So let's put glue dots on those. it's very rare I create a page with a photo. I add my photos later. I've got pages and pages under my desk waiting for photos. I haven't printed any photos off for quite a while, I'm ashamed to say. But I will, and then I'll be, I know what page that will go well with. Be all ready. I'll just have to make the photos fit the palette page I've made. So that was facing the opposite way to the other. Not that it particularly matters because they won't be on there forever. Right, and then I'm just going to place these so that they look about where around where I want them. Something like that. Right, so we'll glue those down. I mean, it might be better using like tear and tape or a tape runner for this shinier, but I like the wiggle room. Some glue, wet glue. Right, I'm happy with that. Because I still keep wanting to. Here, I want something, and then I'm going to have my journaling on there and my title across. So, journaling will obviously be on a piece of white, but I want something behind it. Layer it onto. No, it's too samey. We could have stripes. Maybe. Let's go stripes. And we'll do this at, let's try 5. I want it that way so it's got some other gold bronze. 5 by 4 maybe. Might be. Now I did see a page today that gave me this. When I was looking through, there was something online. I forget where I saw it. But it was very. This is basically that layout, if you like, from memory, just using what we've got. Right, so yeah, I like that there. And I can point down, I can have my Easter there, and then whatever. But we definitely need Easter on it, don't we? Right, I'm going to put that like so. Right, now we can start doing some decorating. I want my letters so that I can do my Easter. Alphabet a la mode. And I'm going to put Easter on here. So let's find E-I-S-T-E-R. That's what I want first. And I think we need to do this in I might bring the pink, pretty in pink. Now I'm not sure if I've got enough card. Oh, I have cardstock. I know I've got no full sheets. Adhesive sheets. I think I'm on to. That's masking. Just making sure that I'm using this bit. Get an adhesive sheet just to make our life easier. If I put it that way, that will fit, and there'll be some left to you. Peel that back. Stick that on. I'm so glad I've remembered to use these. These make it so much easier with these thin die cuts, whether it's letters or shapes, rather than trying to fit glue on something so thin. Right, there we go. And then I shall just trim that off. You always forget. Yeah, I normally do. It's very rare I remember. But yeah, I'm very glad I have this time. Right. Put that back. And then we can die cut our Easter. I'll use this one. Use our mini because it's easier. Now, if I was really careful, I could pop this on here, nice and neat, and then I'd be able to use the negative. But this is me you're talking to, and that's not going to happen. So I am just going to pop them on like so, and glue. I'll lose patience trying to get them all nice and neat and stuck down. Okay, there we go. Let's get these out. And we can pop our Easter on. And then I'm going to start doing some stamping of some images and colouring to decorate our page. Right. E. And poke it all to poke it out. That one's decided it wants to stay in there. Take that middle out. That's one thing we use in the adhesive sheets. I do find the bits sticking more. Not that that's a bad thing. There we go. And it's because it makes it a little bit thicker and the glue still sticks to each other. Right, Easter. I like that there. I will pop it in the middle though, not over one side. So let's grab our tea. We'll peel our back off. Has anyone got any crafting plans for this weekend? I've got a fabulous weekend planned. I'm going over to my uplines on Saturday. And we're having a craft and natter online that she does for academy members. And then we're going to have a play after just creating. And then Sunday, I'm off out with my friend Julie. Whether we'll do any crafting after that, who knows? But yeah, tomorrow I've got a day of housework. Boo. But then I am going to be doing some crafting because I've got some projects to make for while I'm away. I've got a blog post that I need to write, so that's done ready from a blog hop on Tuesday because I leave on Tuesday. Nothing really planned except your birthday on Monday. Oh, how exciting! You going anywhere nice, Carol? I'm spending it with family. I always enjoy a birthday. We don't really celebrate anymore, to be honest. I like a card. That's all I ask for, is a card. Very much like my dad in that way. My dad's always said, you know, not to waste money, but a card. I tend to have something that I've wanted for a while for spending it with the girls and craft it. Oh, lovely. That'll be fabulous. Crafty day with them. Yeah, there's usually things I want, household things, and I say, oh well, I'll have that for my birthday. It was like, what did I have? What was it for? Oh, it was for Christmas, and that wasn't it. I had a coffee maker because I fancied a coffee machine, so I got a coffee machine. Right, I shall just pop those on there and pop. In fact, let's just chuck them in there. So at least they're in the packet and then I can put them away after. So we've got Easter on there. I think I'm going to have a piece of basic white on there for my journaling. So let's grab. Now I did that 5 by 4, didn't I? So I'm kind of wondering, so that I can see quite a lot of that paper. Yes, of doing a 3 by 4 piece. And let's put a piece that's 3 by 4. I'll cut this in half first. Didn't do that very well, did I? And then 3 by 4. Bit of scrap. Okay, the cats are playing on the roof. Sounded like thunder. Yeah, I like that. So I am going to glue that down. So that'll be my journaling. Right. Let's see where we are at and where we want this to go. Move that over a bit. That's with it level, but over. That's with it up. I still don't know. Kind of thinking it looks better level, but over to offset the. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Why not? Get that about level there. That's about right. Yeah, you think level 2, Carol. Yeah, it does look better, doesn't it? Right. I might just put the date down there maybe. Right, so I want some grass along here to finish that off. And in the die set is this little die that cuts grass. Now it's going to take quite a few cuts, but that's okay. I don't mind. And I think I'm going to use... I'll use the card so it's bright. Yeah, we will. I'll use the card. I just think it'll look better with it. I do love this little die. I've been making a box card today, pop-up box card for my blog. And I've put quite a bit of this on that. It's really cute. Just wish it was longer. Never mind. It'll be worth it. Right. So will you be doing paper crafts, Carol, or something a little bit different with the girls? I like having a go at something different sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously, I love paper crafting, but sometimes it's nice to have a go at some different things. I've done some painting. I've gone to a painting class. That was really good. I enjoyed that. I'm not saying I'm very good at it. Pottery. Ooh, pottery. I love pottery. Hello, Hayden. You all right?
Yeah, just exist.
Okay. When Hayden was young, we had a place in Starbridge local, and that was a pottery painting, and we used to go quite often. And I always used to do something as well while I sat there. And I must say, we've got quite a few things. A lot of Hayden's are in the garden. He's cleared them out that he doesn't want them in his room anymore. So they're dotted around the garden. They get broke, they get chipped, but, you know, they're fun to find while they're there. Brightens it up a little. But yeah, I love pottery painting. Not done it for a long time. I like doing fused glass as well. I've done a few classes of fused glass. I've got coasters and a sun catcher. And then I went to one and did a big, like 12 by 12 frame. No, it was 9 by 9, the actual thing. That's all pretty like natural flowers, CD. That's really nice. I actually did that with my upline Louise. We went over Worcester, I believe it was, and did that. which that was nice. Something different. Right, so I'm thinking if we just pop those on there, they just sort of finish it off. Now, there's a gap, I know, but I can put some decoration on there to hide that, whether it's an Easter egg or something. But I think it just adds that little something. It's not a blank edge. Right. Okay, that's that one. And then this one, do the same. Oops, I'll put it right to the edge. It doesn't get lifted. I just like faffing. Having a go at things. Dear, dear. The dog's going mad now because there's someone at the door. Well, there's someone coming through the gate. Will anybody get the door? Seems to me that that's going to be no. Someone going to answer the door? Oh. An order to read. Okay. Answering. Oh, it's a delivery. Thank you. Can't remember what it is. Oh, it's your straw cleaners. Straw cleaning brushes. Hayden uses a coffee cup with a straw to take to uni. And yeah, it needs a good clean. Right, so that's that. And then we can decorate along there with some of our stamps. Where's my stamping pad? And get a bit of a cleaner piece of paper. All right, grab some scraps of white. That's big enough for me putting him on. I like to use up all my little bits. That might fit a bunny. Will our bunny fit on there? Yeah. Right, I'm going to keep it 2 white bunnies, I think. Keep them quite light. In fact, no. Okay, question. Shall we have white bunnies or shall we go with the crumb cake bunnies? Because we have got crumb cake in the papers. So, white or crumb cake? And I will do some Easter eggs. And I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do them in. I am going to do them in black, yeah, and colour them. Just makes them that little bit more childlike, I think. And we can colour them in. I don't want 6. We'll have 7. And then some chicks. Have a couple of chicks. Do love those. Bunny and crumb cake. Okay. We'll stamp him in memento then, so that we can colour it. All right, that's that used, that used, that used. And then I want some flowers to put in between. Love using up all these scraps. It's fab. Waste not, want not. One more there. And then I do want a baby bunny, which should fit on one of these. There we go. I'll see how we go with those. I'm hoping that'll be enough. Right, our bunny. First, I do bring in the light petal pink just for inside the ears and the nose. And grab our crumb cake. Now I know my light crumb cake is running out, but I have got a spare, but I'm trying to make it last as long as I can. So dark crumb cake in the fold of his ear, and then a little bit down this one side, and the same on this one. Yeah, I like crumb cake, and blend that out a little. The colour is very different because it's running out. So it is harder to blend, but you can do it. Right, so our bunny. What I'm going to do is head first. So we'll have some darker around the bottom and side. Up to there. And then yeah, look. Okay, I think it's give up the ghost. Don't think I'm going to get any more out of that. Always keep a spare. Of your favourite, most used colours. That's not squeaking even more. I'm going to use the other end. We'll go over all of that. Just keep going over that because that makes it darker as well. Layering it up. That blends out. And then we'll come in with our dark under where his arm is. Dark around the side of his leg. Under his bottom. Because he'll curve round there. Okay. Try not to make it a line. And then use the big end, which I don't normally use. I'm very much a bullet tip. With it being a new. Blend that out. Blendy blend. Saturate that card. That blends nice. There we go. I'm happy with that. And you can see it's just got a little bit of shading. Just so that it's not flat. So that's ready to die cut. Our baby bunny, we'll do him too. Though he's a lot simpler. And up the edges under here and here. So, and then blend again. I mean, it's easier if you're using a new dark as well, because there's more fluid comes out, so it stays wetter. But my dark is as old as my light, obviously. I think it's old anyway. Corn cake's one of those colours that definitely gets used a lot. Just think it's a brilliant brown for animals. There we go. Our little bunny. Right, chicks. So I want my dark peach pie to do their little noses, beaks, and then lemon lolly. A dark lemon lolly. Just put a little bit again on the edge of the wings, under the body, under the neck, and the same on the other one. It's nothing spectacular because the images are so small. People aren't really going to notice. Okay. You probably can't see. You can slightly. His head. Right, let's do our Easter egg, shall we? So we've got, I'm not going to do two-tone on this. I'm just going to go for the darks. Lemon lolly, shy shamrock, balmy blue, pretty in pink, peach pie. So colours. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got 5 bits, 5 colours. I'm just going to do a different bit on each one, in each colour, just to keep it really simple. Some can be the same, that's not a problem. Okay. Is that the right one? Yeah. Top. Second. That one. Bottom. Remembering what I've done and what I haven't. Top. And then the top one, I did the next one, so we'll do this one just to keep them different. And did the top, so we'll do just under there. Okay. Balmy blue. The diamonds. And triangles, aren't they? Not diamonds. Bottom. And we can do a top. Inch. So I've done 1, 2, 3. So I've done each one. That can go there. And this one can go here. There we go. Petal pink. Actually, I find it better using this end, a bit darker. Diamond. Keep saying diamonds. Triangles. That's too fuzzy because I use it for flicking. But see the difference in colour. Yeah, I have to use that. And oops, nearly. Right, so I haven't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. I've already done that one. So it's got to be that. So if I do that and that, because I didn't start off in order. Right, and then we've got our peach pie, which again I find it darker on the brush tip. Done there. I think I'm going to go over my time tonight. I do apologise. Do try not to, but I think it's we're doing the 2 pages and there's lots of colouring rather than just stamping and die cutting. Right, flowers, and then we are done. Right, I am going to use both colours of the green for the leaves, but to just add bits. It's not to add shading on. I've gone very warm. Okay. We'll have gonna have some pink, some blue, and we'll have lemon. So we'll use our peach pie for the centres of our flowers. Sometimes I do peach flowers, but not today. There we go. Right, dark. Not that it really is dark, is it? It's running out. But obviously, I am not going to replace it because they retire at the end of next month. So I'm not going to spend money on older stuff when there's new stuff to buy. That's not like one. We'll go for a dark on this one and a bit light. I'm very excited about the new colours. Very excited. Lemon lolly. We've got some gorgeous colours coming. I mean, all our colours are gorgeous. Just some I prefer more than others. Peach pie isn't a favourite of mine, but it has its place. What other? I don't use a lot of Timid Tiger or pumpkin pie, but again, they have their place. I love Blackberry Bliss, but I don't use it very often because it's too dark. Funny, isn't it, how we are with colour? I don't know why my light is darker than my dark. That's odd. It's like they've been put in the wrong case. I'll have to remember that. Balmy blue isn't a colour I use a lot of. Right, let's get die cutting. I'll bring in the larger so that we can do more than one at a time. Just put my seat back up because my seat's gone down. Right, so Bunny, I've got this. Look at this. Sarah Sayers, Kiss Creative, she had one. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need one of them. Because you end up with them all over the place. And I was going to buy a tray, which I saw this and I was like, that's fabulous. Love it. So I just literally, while I'm using them, chuck them on there. It's great. Right, let's line up our dies on our bunny. Pop that there. What else have we got? A little bunny. In fact, if I cut that off, I'll be able to get more on. Little bunny here. Now, I'm not necessarily worried about them sticking to the platform. I just want them stuck die to card. Egg. Chick. Where's my chick? There's my chick. It is a good idea, isn't it? I love it. At least I know they're safe. I'm not going to lose them. I've got them on there while I'm using them. Yeah. Not very expensive. Right, and flowers. Line that up on that. Cross that. All right. And pop all those through. I love how easy this machine winds through. All right, I'll just pop those there because I don't need to do any more of those. But I do need these ones again. I'll do a chick again. Oops, it's stuck. I'll do our egg again. And our flowers. Chop this off and then I can get them on. Okay. There we go. Another lot of flowers. Oops. There we are. Rip that off because that's bugging me. We don't need the chick anymore, so that can go back on there. It's just eggs. which after I've done these, I'll move to my smaller machine because it's less to wind it through. It's a bit quicker. Oh, so that's done. Just do Harry's legs. Three more and we're done. And then I hope I've more or less got everything that I need. I was going to put a basket on it. I'll have to see. So the basket might actually be a bit big. Take up too much room. There we go. Last one. Gotta say, Hayden's cooked. I don't know what he's cooked. It smells gorgeous. And it's making me hungry. Right, let's just take these off. That on there. That's still a piece of white to use. Eggs, flowers, dye, bunny, dye, bunny, dye. Oh, it's stuck inside it. Right, some of the dye is back on there. So we can now bring it back in our pages and see, make some room where we're gonna pop them. Out the way. Right. See, I'm thinking probably need a basket here, down here. So I am going to do a basket. But along here, we can have a little bunny with his eggs. And a chick. I like that, just like that. I want a basket. And the basket looks really good cut out in, have I got a piece that's, yes, big enough. This with the Easter eggs on the back, it's got a weave. And that looks really good cut out in that. Right, I'll just leave my cutting machine over here and just quickly run that through. That's rubbish. I want that bit, keep that bit. There we can have an Easter basket. An Easter bunny. So if I put that oh no, it won't. I was going to say, if I put it strategically, it would cover the joins. But no, it looks silly there. I could pop it there and it'll cover that one. We can have him and I can put some flowers on there. Right, so my basket, I have got here some bits that I'd pre-cut before that we can weave through. I did have a bow. I must have used my bow. I'll use pink to weave through our basket. I saw, I think it was Liz Shannon did this, and she weaved so many through. I did 3 last night, I think it was. 4 max, and I was struggling. Sure it was 3. But yeah, because of course it just gets tighter and tighter as you weave in. But it does look so good. So good. Come on. It's very often that last. There we go. Come on. Pull it through. And we'll scooch it down. I mean, I probably, if I weren't watching the time, I've done these in different colours. But I'm quite happy. The pink ties in with the Easter. And it's got pink in. We've got a lot of green and blue. Anyway. I'm happy. Right. So I'm just going to space those out a bit better. There we go. And then I'll just trim those edges off. I think my husband has fallen asleep. Right, dimensionals for those. Just on the edges so that I can tuck things in if I want. Take the backs off those. If I pop that there like so, that will help hide that. So I want glue dot rolled up. So that it'll fit there. And that will hold that in place. Okay. All right. We'll have our dimensionals on here. Bunny. And then this little bunny on a couple of little dimensionals. Try and make sure I stay where you can see. Thing is, if I put my wide lens on, I end up having to pull my camera so far down because it goes off my desk that it's just not feasible. I can't see. Right, a couple of little eggs with our bunny. Just using glue dots for these for quickness. Our chick can go on the glue dot. Just there. Okay, I'm happy with that side, like that. Oops. Right, our basket. We've got flowers that we can have up here, I'm thinking. And then we can have our basket full of Easter eggs. like so. One can be upside down that way, and then we can have our chick popping up like so. Right, let me have a mini dimensional for this one. There, and then glue dot on this one. This one can go upside down on the glue dot. There. Do little glue dots. And another one. There. And then a chick popping up at the top because he's happy. And then I'm going to pop these on glue dots. I don't need them to stick up particularly. Oh, yeah, no, can't, can I? I was going to stick them behind, but that won't hide that. That two behind, one forward, can't I? Yes, because I can. I want them like that. I want them like that. There we go. And that. Fabulous. Right, that's everything that we've got done. But I do want a bow for on here and a scallop from the bottom. So we'll have a blue bow and a yellow, not yellow, is it? Lemon lolly scallop and a blue bow. I'm just gonna get up and cut these over here. I bring in the machine over, moving everything. All right. So that's now finished. That can go on there. That can go on there. That's finished. Got all bits. Okay. So nice little trim on there. We'll put this on with glue. And then bow on the top on a dimensional. Just use a mini one. Thank you, Carol. It is, isn't it? I know it's taken time. But yeah, I think it is coming together well. Just colour. Now, I think what I would do is put the date down here, the year, because it doesn't matter on the exact date. But yeah, I think I'd want the year here, so that'd fill, and I'd use my smaller, less. But obviously, I'm not going to do that because I don't know. And yeah, then perhaps just put some little scallops round edges, maybe a few more flowers. But I'm happy with it as it is. I mean, I have got, thinking about it, not those, in here, the Easter. Oh, I thought I had the springtime. Ah, here. these that can be added to it really quickly, just to bring it together a little bit. Flowers can have a few larger eggs, maybe. But I mean, how quick would that be on there? Other one have we got? That one that's got purple, but we haven't got purple in this, so I'm not introducing another colour. I don't want to introduce those. I don't think those might be quite nice to have. A yellow and a pink of those little flowers. I'll put the pink one over here and then the yellow where I'll have my year, maybe. No, I don't know. Not sure. Something like that, so that it adds in. I quite like those, but I think I'll leave it like that and then go from there. Once I've got my photos and I know my year, I might even put Easter Joy. Right, I have Joy along here, and I can put the year somewhere else. But yeah, would depend on my photos for which ones I'm using, whether it's Easter Joy, Easter Day, Easter Fun, something like that. It's definitely an Easter, but the rest can go for whatever. So yeah, I've really enjoyed that. I'm sorry it's taken so long, an hour and a half. Don't normally do an hour and a half. But yeah, I hope I've given you some inspiration and some ideas. Now I won't be here next week because I'll be in Cologne, but I'll be sharing lots of bits from there. But have a lovely weekend. Enjoy your birthday, Carol. Enjoy the pottery painting, and I shall speak to you soon. Thanks then. Bye.